Our new guest on the show, hasn't been on before, is Andrew Eborn, who is a barrister.
Yes.
Where's your wig?
Yeah. Too much to pay.
He has got a wig. It looks
a
bit like a wig. Yeah.
And I was going to text in or send carrier pigeons. Actually. I did love that. It's got to be good. It does look. It looks like a wig, doesn't it?
It does. It's the same colour.
It's the same colour.
That isn't a wig, is it?
No,
it's like a barrister's wig, though, isn't it?
It's got to be good.
But and you're a barrister, you're a broadcaster, and a futurist.
Yes.
So tonight, we need you as a futurist.
Yes.
Because we're going to talk, and this will be good for you.
Well, I get the real thing. Maybe I thought you might like.
I'm married. No, I'm fine.
Yeah, but
I'm fine. Marriage is fine, and we're both going through a bit of illness at the moment. So you get to my age, and it's not in the forefront of your mind as often as it was. You know, in your 60s, yes, but then you get a bit older, and anyway, I don't want to say this because I know you.
Not giving me a good outlook.
Brenda. Oh, Brenda's calling in. Put her on the air if she calls in. He's scared of women. Basically, he is scared of them.
He's not.
I'm not at all.
You're not at all scared.
He just says this to cover his own.
The producers just told me you're scared of women.
He's scared
he
of
hasn't
Brenda.
said that. He does.
Well, we do have a solution whether you're scared or not, which is the great thing about it.
Now, tell us about it. Are we talking about dolls?
Well, we can talk about dolls. We can talk about AI, which is one of my pet subjects.
Yes.
About artificial intelligence. And
so you could have this on top of your normal girlfriend.
You can have it on top of wherever you like. It's got to be good. Artificial intelligence. Stephen Hawking said it's our greatest...
All right, hang on. For some people in the audience may not know what AI is. Artificial intelligence, which is in every single thing or will be before long, now can be put in to a pretend girlfriend. And I believe that the AI intelligence can also copy your favourite voice of any woman.
It can.
And you can have that.
And boyfriend.
It's everything. So
imagine, you could have Lizzie Cundy.
You can, for a licence, and absolutely.
The thing is, years ago, about 25 years ago, we had, I think they were called real dolls, and they were just like exactly, but they didn't move or talk. Have you combined it with an American
Well, it's not me personally, but I'll sort you out afterwards, actually.
Well, apparently, I mean, Howard Stern tried one out. He said it was better than the real thing.
And that's what happens. And I'll tell you why it's better than the real thing. So AI, artificial intelligence, is basically the ability of computers to replicate what human people can do. So it works on that sort of basis. AI, there are lots of people who don't find love in the normal way. So what they're now doing is finding virtual relationships with AI. And there's been all sorts of things in the news at the moment.
Do me a favour, just turn your mic towards you.
Is that better? Is that better for you? There you go.
Thank you.
Wonderful stuff. There you go.
Now we can hear you.
Now you can hear me. It's got to be good. So what I was saying is that a number of these apps are out there at the moment. One of them is called Replica, which has had 10 million downloads, and it's getting about $60 million in revenue. And what you can do, you get a free version where you can just interact and you create your ideal partner and you can interact. If you want to interact a little bit more, and
there's attachments.
There are attachments, and you get intimate messages and so on and so forth. You basically can subscribe and you work on that sort of principle. Now, what's happening? A lot of stars, a lot of celebrities are now licensing their name and image and so on and so forth within this space.
Paid for that.
And you get paid for it, and lots and lots of money.
Because porn stars used to sell their own.
Should I be doing this?
I think you should. I think that's the reason I came, James. We've known each other off air for a long time. It's a perfect way of keeping you in the public eye forever.
A James Whale sort of Tamagotchi.
But you can do a James Whale Tamagotchi. A JWT.
Later next week. Can you get in touch and we'll sort it out?
We can definitely. I'll tell you what happened, because Bruce Willis, I'll give you an example. Bruce Willis, basically, he can no longer act, so he has aphasia. What he did, he licensed his name and image to a Russian company, a telecom company called Megaphone, for millions of dollars. They did one day's filming and they could basically use it forever. Now, that's what's happening with AI at the moment. The big Hollywood strike at the moment.
So he gets a big payoff.
Yeah.
I insured my lips for £1 million before I broke the world kissing record.
Oh, well done.
Now
what was the world record? What did you
at the time it was about 2,500.
Mainly men, actually.
That's where you got cold sore.
But I don't care.
And with tongues.
Did you really get, how many did you kiss?
4,900.
That's the men.
In what time period?
It's got to be within 8 hours.
Within 8 hours.
But you've got to find all those people to kiss. And so we went from shopping centre to high street.
Oh, brilliant.
And I was in my 30s and very fit.
Oh, very good. What would you have to do to claim on that insurance policy?
I don't know. I let it fizzle out.
Oh, did you? Okay. Well,
I didn't need it afterwards.
Lip action
You're
afterwards.
going to catch something.
Well, that might be interesting.
Well, maybe that's because I'm so healthy now. That's maybe
the kissing's obviously done it. I think it's a wonderful world record to do. Well, what's happening? Hollywood is exactly that sort of thing. They're worried now in Hollywood. The reason they're on strike, they're on strike because AI is going to take over 300 million jobs, is what Goldman Sachs has said. Lots of them are going to be actors and actresses and others on that.
Yeah, but they're Luddites. It's going to happen, isn't it? I mean, they've said this about all jobs throughout the ages.
So what you need to do is what James said, is you need to turn it into a licensing site, just as Bruce Willis led the way.
Yeah, but he's a big star. If you're a
little star, what you do, you can do the same sort of principle. So they can license people's voices, you can license their image. What they're worried at the moment is you get 1 day's pay for these background artists, and you can then use them in perpetuity.
But there should be a royalty, shouldn't there?
Exactly. That's what we've been campaigning for.
Then, as people know, I'm probably not here for a huge length of time, and it will be nice to do that. Yeah. Because Lady W.
So we could carry on doing the show, me and your animatronic.
And every form of entertainment, you could continue doing the James Well
starring Ash.
And Andrew Eborn as a special guest.
How would that work? I mean,
that'd be much
how
better,
would I know?
What's going on?
Well,
can we do that now?
It's like my background is an intellectual property lawyer. Yeah. So what we do, we make sure that people get licenses in perpetuity, or basically 70 years after somebody passes, because that's the current rule. What you could then do is effectively be part of your estate. So we deal with things like holograms, the other things at the moment. You know, there's wonderful ABBA.
Exactly.
Could we talk about this next week?
Well, I'll talk about absolutely. I'll clone you and do it. We're talking about it now. It'd be brilliant. So that's the future. So the solution to the actors' strike.
So I don't have to worry about snuffing it in a few months or a year or whatever.
You're going to keep going.
Because
you do a hologram,
and it's even better than that. Every voice that you've ever done throughout your brilliant broadcasting career can be brought into this wonderful AI system. And you can answer the phones. You can do everything.
Even the old commercials.
Even the old commercials. We can use all that material, and you would last
bimbo and everything.
Everything. It would last forever. And you can also do the sex doll as well, which we talk about. You can work on that as a basis. It's got to be
a sex doll.
That'd be fantastic. Well, they used to do that, didn't they?
It's got potential.
But then there's money to be made out of this.
Not only is it to be made, it's currently being made. And so Bruce.
There already is a Lizzie Cundy.
There is a Lizzie Cundy.
Was that what you were? This one, you pull the cord and it will talk and say all kinds.
Is that right? Pull a cord.
You don't.
It works.
I thought it was a cord.
I thank you.
She could just go, Meghan Markle blanked me.
It'll squeak. You'll know I'll become
it would do that.
Along.
But that's the worrying thing at the moment, because
I haven't had a bum lift.
I haven't, by the way.
No.
And it's the same in the music industry. So the music industry as well, you're now combining artists.
This is ingenious.
Isn't it wonderful?
Right.
So, yes.
Let's get back to that in a minute. I'm going to take a few more calls.
Good. I look forward to
it. You can butt in if you like.
Okay.
Graham in North Wales. Graham, good evening.
Oh, hello. I'd just like to say that I played for hours as a kid in Black Patch Park.
Oh, where Charlie Chaplin was born?
Oh, he was, that's right.
I played for hours. And I just want to put my glasses on to talk to James.
Put that on.
Why?
So he can see you.
He's still a twat.
I beg your pardon?
What did he say?
I think he said you were a silly twat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Well, yeah, he's obviously a failed Brummie. He's had to move to North Wales.
That was quite funny.
Did you say I was a twat?
Yeah.
You see, that's what, if you speak all the time over everything, we missed this. I should have dumped it.
It's good we missed it.
I got it.
If you want to complain to Ofcom about Lizzie Cundy, many people have. Glenn in Southampton.
Hello.
Yes, Glenn. Who's that talking in the background, Glenn?
Hello, Liz. Right.
Glenn, who's that talking in the background?
That's you.
No. Oh, I see. Oh, right. I thought you had some woman there.
Sorry about that, because I was watching Benny Hill. So hang on, let me turn my phone up. Hang on.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Did you hear that bloke call me a twat?
Yeah, will you stop it?
Right, no, I'm just saying about like I watched the Plank of the Week on your programme. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, very good.
The Ministry of Defence wasting all that money on the toilets.
Yes. Well, that is so ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, it is, but what's actually in them?
On gender-neutral toilets have wasted millions on them.
Yeah. All right, we know that.
No hidden agenda. I don't want to see that.
Nice.
I've got nothing against it. But what's actually in when you open the door? What's in there? Because I ain't really got a clue.
No one knows.
You know, anyway.
Well, the toilet, isn't it? Like you'd have at home.
Question as well. We have nothing against immigrants, but they've got to stop it soon because they're going to be coming over in speedboats like, Crockett and Tubbs from Miami Vice.
Well, they are. Well, they already are, and they're dressed like them as well. Rolex.
And they're going to move next door to James.
Probably not.
Well, no, there'll be more at market. He lives in a trailer park.
No, it's nothing. Hang on.
They're more at market than that.
No, hold on. There is nothing wrong with an old people's bungalow in a trailer park.
No, it's good. It's really nice. It's got all gnomes in the front garden.
It's got all the mod cons, right?
Rods.
It's a lot cheaper than having to buy somewhere or rent somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody in this park is over 50.
You
so you don't
dream
get
of a
any
4-star hotel.
screaming kids in there. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
I recommend them.
Yeah, very good. And all the cons live there, as you say, so it's going to be good as well.
You don't have to
My
pay
friend
council
Alfie
stuff.
Best owns half of them.
It's all off-grid.
Who?
Alfie Best. Do you know Alfie
Oh,
Best?
Alfie Best, of course, fantastic. He lives there, off-grid.
But I think you're talking about what's its...
A gypsy billionaire. The first
yeah.
ever.
Oh, you're not
gypsy
talking-
He's
billionaire.
going to America. He's leaving the country.
I'm looking for a slightly bigger one.
Well, yeah.
Well, I've always been
Well, what
looking
about
for a
your
slightly
caravan?
Wait for
Do you
that.
fancy a jammy dodger?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Do you fancy
More
a jammy
biscuits,
dog?
Oh, you got more
Garson.
biscuits? You got biscuits here?
Yeah, we do.
I like this show.
We've eaten all of them. We'll
Right.
Get,
Where are we going? Andy.
There is
No,
no
Ever-
Andy.
Yeah, this Andrew.
Oh, you mean
Listen,
Andy?
I
We
don't
were
know,
taking
yeah,
calls.
okay,
We were
okay,
taking
go for
calls talking about that.
There you go.
Just keep the calls coming on.
Keep the calls coming.
All right,
Yes.
A and I. So you're going to arrange that.
So I think it's great.
For me, good.
Absolutely. So we
Right.
can do that. And
Well-
a hologram of you would be brilliant. And scratch and sniff would
Okay.
do the work.
Oh, no, we don't want that.
Really?
It'd be amazing. You've got to work with all the
smell of whale.
to make it all make sense.
Can
Oh, come on.
can you tell me how it's?
Yes.
If I slap him on
bit
TV,
dusty.
I will do it like who was the comedian at the Oscars?
Oh, yeah, wasn't
yeah.
that Will Smith? Will Smith.
But it won't be the same result.
I'll do it with an open
Can
hand.
I recommend that? Because it goes
got
viral.
cancelled.
That's the stuff. That the Oscars
he
had
got
no audience
cancelled.
at all until that big moment.
Yeah, it did it
and then
well.
it went forever. So,
Yeah.
can I, as our new partnership,
Will, he never
I
worked
want that
again.
moment because then I can replay that back forever and that'd be part of your royalties.
Okay,
That
so
would
it would be sort of
It'd be like a slap. That's it. Okay, very
Hang on,
good.
put your hands down and stop looking
No,
like a.
I can't.
You
It's
look
my
mad.
instinct. It's my instinct.
He's scared.
There you go. Fantastic.
You look absolutely
He's
mad.
scared. He doesn't want
Glorious.
to be
Well
hit.
done. So if we get rights in perpetuity
Do not
to that,
hit
it's
me.
good. Don't hit him.
Benny Hill.
Because I can't. Shut
Yeah,
up.
we'll reinvent Benny Hill.
I can't. If you hit me, I might. You know,
Can I
you might
ask?
damage
'Cause I'm
my
sure
brains.
the
if you
listeners and viewers will know.
Yes.
Scratch and sniff. I don't quite get.
Why do you want to play it? It's the sense of smell.
Yeah.
It's one of the last ones
Because every
to go.
time she
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
door opens, the smell comes in.
Yeah, they have
you are.
the Jorvik
What do you
Centre. They
mean?
have
They
the
do.
smell of poo that they'd have in Viking times.
That's what it
Grimsby, like with Ash's girlfriend's Grimsby Docks.
How dare you. Or like Hull.
That was
glorious.
not funny.
Very good.
Okay. So will you be able to go into a shop, or can you go into a shop and order one of
Absolutely. So I think that's the general idea. So basically, you can get apps at the moment for our AI girlfriend or boyfriend or a gender-neutral friend, whatever you want. That's what the companion
Cat.
thing.
Well, there's hope for you.
Great news in terms of medicine as well, because there's a recent survey which happened in California saying that people preferred chatting to ChatGPT than they did to chatting to their GP if you can get through.
Yeah.
So the research
Actually more qualified.
They said it was more empathetic. They said it gave longer, more detailed answers.
Well, it has much more data.
Had much more data as well. I think, it had no data, it had lots of data, because data is the new currency. So what happens is all of these sort of things, if you can imagine every GP surgery around the world, access to that sort of information, really powerful.
What I'm concerned about, I am told by my head of everything, Chuck, that there are millions of boys and girls in their 20s who have never had sex because they don't want to form a relationship.
Yes, that's true.
Now, I don't know if I believe that, but apparently there are.
True.
So this would be the ideal answer. But how are they going to meet somebody?
Well, that's the difficulty, James, and you're absolutely right to point it out, because what happens is they have this virtual world, and it's completely artificial, because you can get these bots effectively to say whatever you like. You can have all of your preferences, all of your different fantasies. They are totally compliant.
So one would say,
procreate.
One would, but that's what we're going to
AI would be artificial insemination.
You get a hard disk, don't you? You slot it in.
But you could have somebody that says things like, "Oh, Ash, you're really gorgeous." If it was a woman, if it was a bloke, it'd be, "Oh, Ash, you're really gorgeous." I mean, that's just to keep everything on the woke plane.
Yes.
She's quite enjoying this.
Yeah,
loving it.
You are the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life.
There you go.
I absolutely adore
Getting a
you.
bit worried now.
You just look so hunky dressed like that. We're going to take a
We
break.
better take a break. Come here, big boy.
Right, welcome back. It is the James Wells Show with probably
Starring
the
Ash.
last appearance of Ash tonight because...
Well, hey, look, have
you've
this
been
there. This is my ride.
Oh.
This is what I give him every week, too.
That's my
Okay,
favourite.
he's going to be on again for a bit. Sarah,
I already sucked.
have you
Can I
already
just say,
said...
Yeah,
can
well,
I
you
swap
insist on that. He
Can
insists
I
I do
swap
that.
for a Mars?
You won't
'Cause
have it.
They're my favourite.
Mars.
Come on, darling.
I wanted a jammy Dodger.
They're a bastardised Malteser.
Could I just say to Sarah Jane, thank you very much indeed, that's lovely. Now, where will we go? Let's just take a couple of calls. Well, you want to talk about AI, dead people writing songs.
Yeah, we can do that. Fantastic stuff.
I just want to know, where can Ash get an AI woman?
He's asking
Well,
for
there's several...
He's asking for himself.
No, I'm not.
It's all right. No, it's all right, James.
Jamie, if you're listening, he's talking
By the
rubbish.
end of the show, I will give you 20 different sites that you can try free.
He's
Work
going to
out
give
the
you
ones-
20 sites.
No,
20
yeah.
different sites. You can try them all free, and then if you like them, you can develop the relationships. I'll sort
Okay.
that sort of stuff out.
So
And I'm
you've
sure
got
we
to
can-
develop the relationship.
It is. It works in the same sort of way, and obviously the
Does he do it on a keyboard or an
it's
attachment?
usual sort of thing. So the attachments.
Is that a deluxe version?
You can get basically that's going to be the future. There are the robot places as well now. You can combine it with haptics.
Well, because there is hardware. I mean, that is what it's called, and it's been around for 20 years.
Hang on,
You could have
hang
your
on.
girlfriend
Yes, hang on.
overseas, and they
Hang
could
on.
put these suits on.
Are you sure about that?
I'm explaining it now.
You have little clips on your genitals.
No, you put a sheath on the mail. You put a sheath.
There are now robots.
I'm getting information from the producer. Shush a minute.
I know all about
So
this.
you have clips on your bollocks.
No.
I don't. It's just the way I'm
right,
sitting.
No, you have a sheath.
But I'll tell you that you can. The future is going to be where you get robotics which look and feel like the real
Like
thing.
Future World.
And they can use people's voices, including James, which
Yeah,
probably doesn't.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
want a doll like that with his voice. you know.
But you can do anybody's voice. And so what's happened, there's a wonderful artist called Karen Marjorie, who's a 23-year-old YouTuber who's licensed her voice, and they've used 2,000 hours of YouTube video to create this AI chatbot of her. She gets $1 for every minute that they correspond with this.
Now, why don't we do this for Lizzie?
There
We'll
you
get
go.
a
We
cut.
can do that. We can get a cut.
Because a lot of older guys do find her attractive.
There we
Why
go.
don't we take all the money and we'll just pay her a salary?
go.
We'll just
I'm
give
a
her a
grill,
salary.
so
You can do a
Bill.
buyout. You can do a buyout deal now in perpetuity.
We
So
sort of
one
own
day's
Lizzie
filming.
anyway, don't we?
And
The
some,
rights to it.
apparently some of the rather perverted younger guys fancy her as well.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Big market for that.
What do you mean there's a market for that?
Yeah, no, guys, trust me.
It's
no,
all good.
no. It all comes undone.
What's a gilf, Chuck?
A grilf.
A grill?
Gilf.
A grill?
Grill?
A gilf.
A girl.
No,
What's
it's
it?
a granny.
A granny.
A grandmother
You've got
I'd
a
like to...
milf,
Oh,
and then
okay.
you've got
I
a
like
gut.
yeah, thank you.
Fondle,
Is
yeah.
that
With a
right?
gut.
Ken in London. We'll let him on because otherwise he says we're not
Good
giving him...
evening,
Hello, Ken.
respect.
Hi.
Ken.
Good evening. I have a question for your barrister guest, if you don't mind, James.
I don't.
Go on, Ken.
Right, dear
I'm quite
friend,
happy.
dear barrister friend, why are you glamorizing, glorifying, magnifying, and close to worshipping evil sexual perversion?
Well, I don't
Why
think
are you- why are
I'll
you
tell you what,
doing
I'm
that?
not with respect to my learned
Good
friend.
question, Ken.
It's a very good thing, and you're right. Any evil perversion should not be glorified. This is actually really beneficial, Ken, because there are some people who are lonely, some people who cannot find love in the real world, and Ash is an example. And we've started an appeal for him already. So if there's anybody out there for Ash in the real world, let us know. Otherwise, it's a fantastic thing. If you're sitting at home. Yes.
Let me reply to that, if you
Yes,
don't
please,
mind,
of course,
sir.
Ken. Go for it.
Having sex with an AI robot
Yes.
would be mental and spiritual suicide.
Don't knock it till you tried it.
Have you tried it, Ken? Have you had a go at that?
Well, what do you think, Lindsay?
No, I don't think
What
so
do you
either.
think?
Ken, let me
No,
ask you
that's
this.
the
Hang
whole thing
on,
is
Ken.
you-
Let's get back to
yes.
this. This is not a real person.
No.
This is
Ken,
this
Not
is
me.
not
That's
you.
it, not
no.
me, okay.
This is not a real person. An AI is a robot.
Yes.
It's a hologram.
Yeah, but when does
whatever.
it become
it's a
real?
fantasy.
It's the next version of OnlyFans.
And would
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it thinks for itself.
It does?
God
it's real.
obviously created it?
Yeah.
That's a good point, yeah.
Nonsense.
God invented
Let
computers.
him-
Never created it for sex.
God liked a bit of sex in his time, surely.
Now, James, why you are a God mocker, my friend.
I am
you're
a God mocker,
James. You're becoming disgusting.
Oh,
God mocker.
Get rid of him.
You God mocker.
Do you know?
I had a God mocker at Starbucks. They do this. A God mocker.
Did you have the sprinkles on?
Hang on. Ken is a... Get rid of him. I just said get rid of him.
God mocker.
And he was gone.
I pressed it. Are you not listening?
That's an extra
You are pressing
chocolate.
the
God's
conviction.
sake. Oh, I mean, flip's sake.
There you go.
Don't blaspheme.
I don't believe...
Is that a word, God mocker?
I don't believe... It could be... There... I'm pretty sure must be some kind of creative thing that formed the universe.
Well, that's God then. You do
No,
agree
it's
with
not
that.
God. You can call it God, but all the people... Those two main religions, Islam and Christianity, do nothing but argue. Do nothing but talk about sex the whole time. Do nothing but actually abuse women. And I'm fed up with it. And I think somebody has to talk out against it. But don't call me a God mocker. Is your God so offensive that he's going to worry about me saying something like that? If there is a God,
He's very vain,
if there is a place called heaven or a place called hell, I'll let you know, okay? Because I'm probably heading to one or the other. But I think you'll probably find when you die, I don't know, but, you know, it's something that's crossed my mind, perhaps you go back into the ether.
Yes.
And there could be some, you know, we don't know. We're not supposed to know. And all those people...
Ken knows.
All those people who go on about their religions, just think about your religions.
One of them's
got
got to be right, though.
You are prepared to do such evil and bastardly things because of your religion. Both sides of the main religions have both done it. Just look at the Crusades. That's why I continue to ask for a new English flag for England, because our flag is just sprawled there. Red cross on a white hat. That's about
It looks
the
good on a
dullest
cowboy hat.
flag you can get.
Yeah.
In fact, I quite often, when I get a bit bored on one of my shows, say, "Come on, somebody, let's design a new English flag that everything about England."
It's a bit boring,
Wales
isn't
has
it?
got a great flag.
Yes.
Scotland's
It's
all
got a
right.
dragon on it.
What would you have? What would you have then for your England flag?
Do you know?
What would be good?
I don't. I'm trying not to be political because I don't like any of them.
The rampant lion.
But I do like the idea of either three lions.
3 lions is good. Something rampant, or lionesses now, because they're going to win.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm going to even watch that tomorrow.
Are you?
Yep.
Well, you know, Blenheim Palace, because it was...
And an oak tree. I like.
I
Now,
love
I know the
oak.
Tory.
And
Do you
a
like-
rose. Would you have a rose as well?
I would, maybe.
I think because the red looks really good. You have to have it just standing out, so that would be good. I think a lion with maybe a rose in its mouth would work really well, and Blenheim Palace in the
In
background.
Blenheim Palace.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Design it.
At Blenheim, where they
Shall
celebrate...
we, listen, I'm going to ask you on again because we're going to run out of time in a minute.
I'd love to
will
come
you
on again. I will. I'd love to.
Should we finish with a phone call?
I
might
think
get
that's
bollocked,
a great
but,
idea.
okay.
No, we love a phone call. Let's have a good
Why
one.
don't you do it? Say hello to Margaret.
Hello, Margaret. How are you doing?
In Bedford.
Margaret in Bedford. Well done. Welcome to the James Wales
All right,
Show.
I just said
Starring
say hello.
Starring Ash. Yeah.
Margaret.
Yes.
Yes, darling. You're going to be the last
one.
one.
I am. Oh, thank you. I'm laughing so much at the whole program. You're really.
It's meant to be a serious, hard-hitting show.
Yes.
Serious, hard-hitting news show, this.
What do you say to the God mocker?
Before I start, I just want to say to Ash, don't listen to James. You can interject me anytime.
Put her on the list, Chuck.
Got it sorted.
Put her on the list. Send a third one down.
Send us a photo.
I have a question about AI, though.
Oh, yes.
Front and back.
Okay,
Go
yes,
for it.
please. Okay, if you end up with an AI wife,
Yes.
do you have to pay her alimony?
Well, it's a lot cheaper because you only have to pay subscription for these different services.
Bitcoin,
so it would
wouldn't
be
it?
a lot.
Little
Bitcoin,
bit
it would be,
Bitcoin, yeah.
absolutely. So it's a great saving. So you're right. So you could make the chips are down, but not too much. I think
don't have
great
to-
advice.
But
then you can get an AI lawyer.
No,
An
you
AI
don't.
lawyer.
It's a subscription. An AI lawyer. I am an AI lawyer, so get in touch and I'll sort you out with Ash as well.
No, you actually exist.
I do exist. I do. Sometimes. It's thank you.
Well, lawyers are being replaced by AI.
Well, we are, and that's to make it more efficient. Every profession, 300 million jobs
Doctors,
are going to be lost.
Are you worried?
Nurses?
But nurses could be. All these
The
strikes,
main presenters, but they
all
can't
these
get-
strikes will basically accelerate the embracing of
Co-hosts are
technology.
all right, but the main presenters is very easy to copy them.
Idiots who manage
One-trick
badly
ponies.
the NHS, they can go.
Oh,
But
Can't be like this.
surely
Be
AI Can it help the NHS?
It will help. I did say helping the NHS. It's helping with diagnosis.
Does it ask if you're pregnant, if you're a man or a woman?
Artificial insemination, that's different AI. But you work on
turkey-based.
Yeah, thank you. You don't want to scratch and sniff that, I can tell you. You work on that sort of
There's
principle.
a market for it.
There is a market, but you can work on the principle. There'll be wonderful efficiencies. We can make that happen.
I would wish you a happy birthday, whoever you are.
But it's not your birthday.
Text in, but you didn't put your name. But whoever,
happy birthday.
Whoever ends in 570. Listen. Oh, another text. Sorry, meringue. Who wants a... I wouldn't mind a meringue.
Oh, I'd like a meringue.
That would be lovely.
And on that serious note, thank you very much indeed. I'll be on JK Monday evening, 7 o'clock.
Well, you're going again, are you now?
Yeah, do a little bit here, Bob, because if it's not late at night like this, I can manage.
It's better for the ratings. They shoot up when you go. It's
They do. Phenomenally. Love you.
We're going to have AI.
Like a rocket ship.
These two are carrying on. I mean, you might keep Richard if he's in the mood.
I've changed my name.
Andrew, did I call you Richard?
You call me whatever you want.
I am mixing names up. Have I done it before tonight? I think I've been quite good so
I was Andy earlier, but Andrew is better.
You do look like a Richard.
Oh, I could be a dick anytime.
Have a great weekend.